What's up guys, welcome back for another Yugioh Pro Duel video. The new ban list just has been announced and we've got some testing done. And the first thing that came to my mind was, well, this card. The card you see here on screen. Gumblar Dragon, Topologic Gumblar Dragon. The card is not touched, the card is not banned, and of course Firewall is banned for the upcoming TCG format. So I was like, well, the strategy behind this, and the strategy that was already quite good in can I call it previous format for us TCG players, as you know, going for Gumblar, the PK danger strategy, maybe with heroes as well. Tried with heroes like Vion, Shadow Mist, Mass Change, but I wasn't really liking that much. I wanted to focus more on the danger strategy, danger PKs, right? Pretty much the Dark Warrior engine or the Dark Warrior deck as we knew before this new TCG list was announced, with or without Firewall Dragon. The deck definitely doesn't need Firewall, although it would have been nice, but you know, it got more tools, like this new card, your Neo Space Connector, basically just a one card Isolde to fetch your Dolphin, Neo Space and Aqua Dolphin, and potentially get this card and, you know, get free information about your opponent's hand. A very powerful card, same for Kokis, by the way. But anyway, I think a very straightforward strategy. There are a couple of things here in the main deck. First of all, 60 cards, of course, with only double malicious, Armageddonite being searchable with basically any combination of two warrior types, being Isolde and Isolde. I'm playing 5 equips in the main deck. 60 cards, by the way, so that somewhat justifies it, I guess. 5 equips to immediately, and I think one of your most important targets to special summon off of Isolde is Armageddonite, right? Aqua Dolphin definitely also an option, by the way. There's a danger engine, I believe. It's like 11-12 cards, danger cards in the main deck. But the ratios definitely need more testing. Definitely. I'm contemplating on making more dangers, like maybe another Bigfoot, maybe, is it, yeah, Thunderbird, I think. But I don't know, like going first, going second feels more important, and depends on if you want to play more dangers, I guess. And also hand traps, right? I'm not making that many hand traps because of, well, Fogblade, for example, and I believe there are 3 Ash Blossoms in the main deck, but that's pretty much it. And Droll and Lockbird is still very strong, but then again, it doesn't really work that well with dangers, that is. So, but like always, feel free to leave suggestions, and the deck definitely, at least the strategy, definitely needs more testing. But I want to work, at least I want to test it out more, of course. Yeah, anyway, other options, as you probably already have seen in the extra deck, Mary, it's level 7, I think. You know Mary, like, go for the Yahtzee, your Yangzing Yahtzee, pop itself, special summon Mary, get the tokens, etc, etc. That might be like an option, especially because of Destrudo, basically just an extra target to send to the graveyard, right? But, again, the strategy is very straightforward. The fact that we get 2 new cards here for us TCG players, one new for us European TCG players, being first of all Summon Sorceress, and 2, well, 1 new for non-European, or at least areas where Summon Sorceress already has been legal for the past couple of weeks, is that, well, because of the new special editions coming up really soon, is that both Neo Space Connector and Isolde and Summon Sorceress are legal for play, and it's definitely a big boost for this strategy, because again, Gumblar is so easy to make, very similar, very similar to Firewall Dragon. Doesn't need like a big investment, and I'm just looking at something like Summon Sorceress, which also should be banned, will be banned really soon. But you can easily make your Gumblar with your Summon Sorceress, and yeah, of course, with all of your darks, and that's where the danger engine comes in. Multiple upstart goblins that can potentially special summon themselves, gaining you an extra draw, an extra dark on the field, facilitating your link summons for the PK link, but yeah, not really sure, again, about the ratios, right? The amount of danger monsters, the amount of PK, well, Phantom Knight monsters in the main deck. The extra deck, by the way, I think the, what is it called? The rank 3 Exceed should be in the extra deck, but yeah, space is quite tight. But again, that's up to you, and I'm definitely open for feedback, right? Triple Call by the Grave, very nice, very solid that Konami decided to bring back Call by the Grave back to 3, right? right? Should be an instant staple here in this deck. Basically, any hand trap can pretty much form a problem here for this deck. Then again, one hand trap might be okay, but the second hand trap, that's where the problem can come into play. I mean, in most situations you can definitely play around the first hand trap, right? But the second hand trap might be a problem. There is a triple Mask Change second, so triple Mask Change 2 here in the main deck for Darklaw, but I might be giving Darklaw a bit too much credit. Not really sure if I want to main deck Mask Change second in the future. Against some decks it's solid, but against other decks Darklaw isn't really that fantastic, so it might just be fine as a side tech, but again, that's up to you. There are definitely more options to main deck here in your... to main deck, of course. Maybe more dangers, for example. ABCs at full force here with AAA. Yep, finally we can still play. At least we can, of course, play that right in our new upcoming TCG format. The deck is strong, very strong, especially with, of course, links and... the deck doesn't really need Firewall. It's of course, much better. And looping with A or something like that, but... yeah, he scoops here. Not really sure. Saruja, Skull Dread probably would have been my next play. Getting those extra draws and hopefully trying to something like Mask Change 2. But yeah, whatever, to each their own. Soul Charge is a card that Konami just keeps missing out on. They just ignore it, or they just won't or don't want to ban it. I have no clue why Soul Charge is still not banned. I mean, most of these duels just simply are perfectly showcase the current problems still we have in our upcoming TCG format. And I'm looking at cards like Soul Charge, Gumlar still, which is basically still very degenerate, right? So first turn, Boreload pass next to Gumlar and the PK Phantom Knight setup with double Fog Blade. And of course, you know, Delinquent Duel my opponent twice, let him discard like 4 cards. That's some fair Yugioh right there, right? Anyway, thanks to the, what is it called, the Brigadine, the trap card of Phantom Knight, so you can trigger your Gumlar during your opponent's turn. Mask Change second basically has the same purpose, and then even special summon Darklaw to the field, but then again, Darklaw isn't what it's used to be, right? Anyway, Sky Strikers is probably going to be the best deck, you know, in the new upcoming TCG format, so it might be okay, Darklaw. Anyway, going for Isolde, but here the problem, well, with Fogblade, right? I can't attack his monster, but I think, yeah, Unicorn, Cerberus was a better play, now that I think of it. Yeah, I just should have gone for Cerberus now that I see in main phase 1, I guess. I'm not really sure why I didn't do that. Just go for Cerberus, pop the Thunder Dragon Titan, I think it was. Just pop it, because the effect was negated by Fogblade, so... But, okay, doesn't really matter, right? One of the new tools here, Neo Space Connector, and again, the Call by the Grave, back to 3, yep, must be nice, dropping the Isolde, sadly no Search, but it's all good, Isolde is still quite OP, searching the one of Armageddonite, set up your graveyard, Malicious, etc, and thanks to the, yeah, doesn't really matter here, getting those effects off of dangers, by putting Boreload on the field as well, a very strong monster, especially against Thunder Dragons, which in the new format is definitely a strong deck still, next to Sky Strikers, of course, and Gumlar, Dark Strategies. It's definitely still valid. I leave the Thunder Colossus, I believe the name is, still my side of the field, prevent my opponent from getting those extra searches right, even though the Thunder Dragon, Thunder King monster, fusion monster will be sent back to the graveyard, right, during the end phase because of Boreload's effect. Here, well, because of his own Boreload, I was like, oh, okay, Boreload? Okay, let's just Fogblade that, but the problem here is that I can't attack it, so eventually I do have a solution, do have an option to go for Unicorn and to just bounce back, yeah, just bounce back the Boreload, right? Doesn't really matter here in this situation. Yep, and indeed attack for a game. So this is currently my list. This is not a super finalized list. I wanted to try things out into the new format, playtest against the new decks, like ABC, Thunder, Trickstar, Sky Striker, those decks, right? One of the better decks in the upcoming TCG format. But yeah, the card ratios definitely need work. More testing needs to be done. Like other options here in the extra deck, I might want to main deck more hand traps, but that's somewhat dangerous with, of course, those danger cards in the main deck. Maybe more danger cards, maybe a bit more aggressive on the danger part. Card destruction might also be a main deck option, although it's not here in the supposedly extra deck, right? And the side deck. Yeah, indeed, the side deck. Okay, so guys, like always, feel free to leave your suggestions, opinions, and yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. YgoPro signing out. Peace.